Hi friends, it's Mr. Alex from Adams Memorial Library, and I'm back with a special summer edition of the Online Origami Club. Now, just like always, I'll be showing you a bunch of different folds and patterns that you can use to make your own origami at home. And things are going to look a little bit different. Just like always, you'll be able to pick up an Online Origami Club kit here at the library, but specifically for summer reading, your Online Origami Club kit is going to come as a part of our bigger craft pack. So you'll definitely want to make sure to grab one of those while supplies last. Now, there's just a couple of materials that we're going to need, and then we'll go ahead and get started with our first origami project, an origami pig. So, those of you who have made an Online Origami Club project before, you're very familiar with this. But since we have some new friends joining us for the summer reading program, I thought this would be a great time to go over what we're going to need to make an origami project. The first thing that we're going to need is a piece of practice paper. Now, this can be anything that you have at home. For instance, I have this great pink piece of copy paper because pigs are pink, and I thought that that would be really cool. But this can be absolutely anything that you have at home. If you have notebook paper, construction paper, even old newspaper will work too. Just something that you can use as your practice sheet of paper. Then you're going to need to pick a final piece of paper out of your Online Origami Club kit for this project. And our kits for the summer reading program are a little bit special. Inside, they actually have pieces of origami paper, each with different patterns and designs that you can use to make your origami projects. So what you're going to do is you're going to go through and pick one that you think would be perfect for this project and set that one aside for your final piece. Then, after we've done that, if our practice paper is not a perfect square, which mine is not, then we're going to need a pair of scissors to trim it down, and I'll show you how to do that. And finally, here at the Online Origami Club, we love to decorate, so make sure you take your markers, crayons, or other decorating supplies that you have, and get ready to add some special features to your origami projects. So go ahead and gather all of that up, and we'll go ahead and get started. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I've set my final piece of paper that I've chosen out of my Online Origami Club kit aside, and now we're going to take our piece of practice paper. And like I said, since mine is not a square, we're going to turn it into one, and all I'm going to do is take this top corner here and fold it down like a triangle to match the opposite edge of the paper. Once I've got everything lined up, I'm going to crease it off, and then take my pair of scissors and just cut this end off here. And what that's going to do is turn our practice sheet of paper into a square. And as you can see, mine didn't cut perfectly straight, so I might just want to go ahead and trim it because we do want this to be exact. And once I have something that I'm happy with, I can open it up, and that's actually going to be the first fold of our project today. So I'm going to set these scraps aside, and we'll start folding. So the first thing that we're going to do to make an origami pig is we're going to take our square of paper, and we're going to quarter it diagonally. So that means that we need to take it into 4 pieces and fold it like this, and then take this side here, fold it over to here to make that final quarter. Line everything up perfectly and give it a nice sharp crease. And that'll give us something that looks like this. Now we're going to open our project back up the whole way, and what we've created is a set of guidelines for ourselves that looks like this. So we're going to place our paper facing this way, and then we're going to fold this corner here and this corner here into the center point of our project. So this corner to here, and then this corner to here as well. So we'll fold one over like this, and we'll take and fold the other so that it meets it right in that center piece. And then we'll have a project that looks like this. Now at this point, we're going to take and fold our project in half, taking this corner up here, folding it down to this corner here, right along this center crease in the middle of our project. So we'll fold that down, give it a nice sharp crease, which we love to do here in the Online Origami Club, and have something that looks like this. Looks a little bit like home plate from baseball. Now, at this point, we are going to take our bottom of our project, and we're actually going to take both layers here, and we're going to fold that up about halfway up our project and crease it off. And one way that you can tell that you've done this correctly is that the crease line on the bottom flap of the paper should match up perfectly with the crease line on the rest of your project. Then we're going to create our pig's nose, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take one of the layers, the top layer, and we're going to fold that point, so this point right here, down to the bottom of our project, right along that crease line. Give it a nice sharp crease off, and then it'll give us a shape that looks like this for our pig's nose. Then, finally, our pig is going to need some ears, and so all we're going to do is take each of these corners up here, and we're going to fold them down at a 90-degree angle. Or I'm sorry, we're going to fold it so that the bottom of the pig's ear makes a 90-degree angle. And we will have a triangle that looks like this. Now here's the trickiest part of this whole project, and that is making sure that our pig's ears are evened. So we're going to do the same thing to this side, and we want to make sure that its ear on this side is the same as its ear on this side. So if it doesn't look quite the same, then that's okay. You just want to refold and retry until you get something that you're happy with. Or if you do want your pig's ears to be a little uneven, that's okay too. You can make them that way. And that's a big part of folding here in the Origami Club, is that sometimes we are going to goof up our folds, and that's okay. We just try again and try to align them up a little bit better. So now our pig has 2 ears and a nose, but it's time to give it some other features. So that's where the decorating comes in. We're going to take our marker, crayon, or other decorating supplies, and we're going to draw the rest of our pig's face. Now, you can draw your pig's face however you'd like, but I am going to draw it like this. I'm going to take and add some nostrils to the pig's nose on the bottom here, and shade those in. So there's one, and let's give our pig a second one as well. Drawing the outline, and then shading that in with our marker. And then I think our pig also needs some eyes, so I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 circles up here and shade those in for our pig's eyes. Just like this. And now, I think that's one good-looking pig. And our origami pig is complete. Now, true origami doesn't use tape or glue, but you might notice, for instance, that my pig's snout here is separating a little bit, and I might want to keep it together. You could take a piece of tape, like this, and put it right across the front to hold that in place, like that. It's really up to you. But now our origami pig is complete, so all that's left to do is keep practicing until we feel like we're really, really good at making this fold, and then get that final piece of Origami Club paper and make our finished product. I'll show you what mine looks like at the end of the video. After a little bit of practice and a lot of decorating, I picked a piece of paper out of my Online Origami Club kit, and I made this origami pig here. And I really like the rainbow pattern. Now, don't forget, if you're participating in our summer reading program, which all of you should be, then you can go on to Beanstack and record your participation in the Online Origami Club by going to any one of the crafting badges and entering the code word PAPER to show that you've done your origami project. Additionally, if you'd like to earn some more tickets, you can take a picture of your origami project and send it to us using the photo release form to earn your summer reading Shutterbug badge and the tickets that come along with it. So don't forget to enter those codes, and then follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for all sorts of updates about the Palmer Summer Reading Program. Happy crafting, everyone!